Billions Chandwe lost his beloved twin sister to AIDS. Years later, Pastor Billy, as people in his community call him, is doing everything he can to make sure others do not succumb to the virus. And in this era of Trump's foreign aid cuts, he says that's a daunting job. For him, one child captures the stress and the seriousness of the current situation in Zambia. Her name is Diana. Pastor Billy's known her since she was born. Now she's 9 years old and an AIDS orphan. She herself has HIV, and because of foreign aid cuts, she now has a hard time getting the medicine she needs to keep AIDS at bay. It reminds Pastor Billy of the desperation he felt in the days before AIDS medications made it to Africa. The disease was taking a terrible toll, and Zambia was no exception. Pastor Billy remembers the nearly daily funerals, the deaths of so many in his community, and above all, the death of his precious twin sister, Charity.
What I felt was I'm alone. It brought me to my knees. And no matter what I can do as a human being, there is a limit. I think it's a point I tend to God.
He went on to become a pastor, and through that work got to know many people who were HIV positive, including Diana. For years, she's been one of the roughly 6 million AIDS orphans the U.S. helped care for. It was all part of President George W. Bush's massive HIV/AIDS initiative that he started in 2003. Much of that support for orphans is now on hold. In an email, a spokesperson for the U.S. State Department says it's under review. One night, Pastor Billy stayed up late into the night after he learned Diana's medicine had run out.
I called the whole night, calling everyone and anytime. Then by chance, it's a miracle.
He finally found someone who said yes, they would share a few of their own pills with the girl, just enough for 5 days. On top of losing access to HIV medicines, other benefits that Diana received from the U.S. program to help AIDS orphans are now gone. She used to get food packages, beans and rice. That stopped. She got help with school expenses for books and her school uniform. That stopped, too. Diana's foster mom, Jennifer Makuka, says since the foreign aid cuts, things have been hard.
Sometimes we just have one meal per day. Diana is going to school without food. We are not okay.
Diana says she's noticed the difference. On a recent visit to Diana, Pastor Billy says he's realizing that without the U.S. support for AIDS orphans, Diana's foster mom might not be able to care for her. After all, she has her own children and grandchildren. Pastor Billy watches as Diana heads off to school. On that walk, she says she often dreams about becoming a doctor. One very special girl, Pastor Billy says, and yet there are millions of AIDS orphans just like her. Pastor Billy says he wonders and worries about what will come next.